All right, y'all, it's finally October. We survived another brutal summer, and I think we should celebrate with some crushing new metal albums. Welcome, metalheads. I'm the host of Heavy Metal Philosophy and writer for Metal Digest, JonBarbas. Make sure you stick around to the end of the episode for this week's album art of the week. It's the weekend. That means we got new metal albums dropping on us, and I'm bringing you my 5 favorite. But as always, before we do the top 5, there's a few big album releases we gotta talk about. First up, we got the highly anticipated new record from Orbit Culture, Death Above Life. Got my hands on this one early. Y'all know what that means. My written review is already published in Metal Digest. Links in the description to all my writings. Basically, what I wrote for this one is Orbit Culture is starting to move away from those sounds like Gojira, sounds like Metallica comparisons, and now they're starting to do things that sound like Orbit Culture. And there's a new record from Blood Red Hourglass, We Should Be Buried Like This. Seems like it's a pretty big week for good modern melodic death metal, huh? And lastly, before we jump into the top 5, let's pay some respect to one of the OGs of the OGs, guitar heroes. Michael Schenker Group has a new record called Don't Sell Your Soul. If you're into trad metal, here you go. Now let's do the top 5. Coming in at number 5, Beneath the Kudzu, Birds Scream as the World Crumbles. This is some sludgy doom out of Mississippi. And you know, as a fellow Southerner, that band name really speaks to me. But let's talk about the music. This is really quirky and clever, but they don't get grandiose with it. It's always heavy. That's especially thanks to how thick the guitar tone is. It borders on progressive at times, but that's just them trying to make their apocalyptic statements. Check it out. Coming in at number 4, Dispossessed with Democide. This is Death Doom out of Oregon. Now, a lot of Death Doom has a slow, lumbering pace, and this is no different. But instead of an oozing crawl, this is more of the confident stride of a titan. It sounds like a colossus is walking through your town, declaring its judgment upon you. This record is full of societal critique, but of course, the death growls. You can dig deep into the lyrics and the message if you want to, or you can just enjoy a really heavy Death Doom album. Up to you. Coming in at number 3, Hooded Menace, Lachrymose Monuments of Obscuration, Death Doom out of Finland, and boy, were some choices made on this record. I'm real curious to see what you all think about this one because they went strong with the 80s vibe here. It's so strong, in fact, that after we're listening to it, I went back and listened to the Tritonus Bell to see if I could catch that trajectory there because I don't remember that record having so much 80s on it. Now that I've listened to it again, with that ear in mind, I can hear it just not as strong as this time. I'm telling you, lots of 80s. There's even a Duran Duran cover on here. But don't get it twisted, just because Scooby-Doo Spooky is popular now thanks to Ghost doesn't mean that this band is trend chasing, because Hari's vocals are as crushing as they ever were. You can just tell that they're definitely fans of that time period. Let me know what you think and check it out. Coming in at number 2, Lucinine with Melina, post-black metal out of Italy. Now this is an avant-garde record, and there's really 2 kinds of avant-garde bands. There's the kind that are chaotic and cacophonous, and they're the kinds that create novel listening experiences. And this band is amongst the latter because they don't rely on crazy time signatures and chaotic noise to be avant-garde. It all comes from how inventive and clever the melodies are here. But it's not just that, hey, look at us, we're really good at composition and we're quite original. There's also a lot of emotion on this record. To me, it sounds like somebody that's been in a deep malaise for a long time, and they finally gotten up and said, you know what, I'm sick of this. It's time for y'all to feel some of this from now on. And hey, before we do number 1, I want to show you something. Check this out. Oh yeah, check this out. That's right, it is October. It's officially fall, and that means the fall and winter drop in the Heavy Metal Philosophy merch store is upon us, and I want you to check this out. Look at this. Oh yeah, this is sweet. I call it the Midwinter shirt. We've got this in longies and hoodies and t-shirts, heavyweight t-shirts for winter. I love the look of this one. Shout out to Mary Rose for this design. I've also got another design from Alina Smith in the store. Once again, these are limited times only. You can only get them in fall and winter 2025 and 2026. When the spring hits, they're gone forever. So make sure you check it out. Plus, I've added some more things in the merch shop that will stay there forever with the classic branding on it. But these designs, limited time only. Check them out. JonBarbas-shop.fourthwall.com. Links in the description. But now, let's do number one. Coming in at number one, Arson Charge, a Dying Light hardcore out of Detroit. Now, what I love about this one is during the current resurgence of hardcore, I am of two minds about this movement. On the one hand, I love it because I love hardcore and I love how much great hardcore we're getting. But on the other hand, it kind of sucks because there's so many copycat bands out there riding the wave. But Arson Charge has found a way to set themselves apart because instead of the percussive hardcore style riffs of all the other bands, they're doing more thrash style riffs. It gives it more of a heavy metal sort of flavor, but it still has that pissed off, scathing social commentary that hardcore is so well known for, but they just sound different than all the other bands. They're not afraid to do even a few cleans in there. I really hope this inspires a lot of the up and coming hardcore bands. You can play with the genres a little bit like Arson Charge has. Now let's do the dealer's choice. Longtime subscribers know the Dealer's Choice segment is the part of the show that allows me to break my own rules, and this week I'm picking an industrial album, Arthur and Punisher with Nocturnal Birding. Now, when I say industrial, a lot of you are going to think about like real danceable music, like Rammstein, Nine Inch Nails. This isn't really all that danceable. This one is ugly and abrasive and super heavy all the time. Plus, every song is titled after a bird, which really scratches my avian nerd boner. So a whole lot of things I like about this one, and you will too if you check it out. My favorite album art this week came from Tempered, Cruel and Unusual Punishment Thrash Metal out of Scotland. And look at that right there. That's cool. Really stands out from all the other same standard heavy metal album covers that came out this week. I love that it kind of looks like a comic book panel a little bit. I love that it's bright yellow, so it really pops. I love that the gore is sort of obscured. It's not real detailed. You definitely can tell it's gore, but it's got sort of an artistic rendition. The white, the red, and the yellow pop so well against each other. The band name, Sideways Like It. Everything about this is just framed in such a way that makes it really stand out. Absolutely love it. Plus, a really great thrash band. I love how it sounds old school, but it's got harsh vocals. They just walk right up to being crossover and stop and go, that's good enough. I definitely agree. Make sure you check it out. And hey, before we go, did you know that I got to sit down with the executive producers of Dark Side of the Ring and Hulu's new documentary series about metal called Into the Void? That was really cool. A highlight for me. Super interesting conversation. If you want to check that podcast out, just click right here. But most importantly, read philosophy, listen to metal. I love you. Coming in at number 3, Hooded Menace.